Today on Verbal Campaign, we will be talking about a battle that had 4 critical hits in it and 1 nat 1 that was absolutely hilarious. So, let's go. Today I'm here to tell you guys a story of one of the best moments ever in a Pathfinder one-shot. That was absolutely incredible, but first off, I'm gonna turn on my accent light. There we go, I don't look like this hugely scary shadowy figure anymore. But I wanted to tell you guys about this because it was absolutely hilarious and one of the best moments that I've ever had in a Pathfinder one-shot or campaign or whatsoever, what have you, any kind of tabletop RPG, because it was absolutely incredible and just hilarious. I got this new soda, it's called Tropicoco. Apparently it's from like Mexico or something like that. And I used to get this coconut soda that was different. I actually still have a can of it up here. It's called Coco Rico, but apparently they stopped carrying it at Woodman's, so that's kind of sad. But I've got this one. This one's actually pretty good. It tastes a lot like it. So there we go. But on with the story. Now in this story, there was my brother, me, and then our GM, who was very kind to do a one-shot. He is actually one of our fellow Pathfinder friends that is in the normal campaign that we run at our house. That my friend Natalia is very gracious enough to GM for us. If you guys want to check out her Instagram, it's down in the description. She is absolutely awesome. She does great makeup and all of that stuff and does an awesome job writing the story. But in this one shot, it was absolutely just the best circumstances. My brother was a Durger Ranger that acted a lot like a barbarian, and he's actually changing it to a barbarian now because of that. And then I was a Kobold fighter who had a lot of ranged weapons. Him and I are very used to being the sniper, and he is very used to being the assault, like the kind of tank, go in there and take out as many guys as you can before you die. And that's what his normal character is like in the normal campaign. He's an Urson fighter that's about 9.5 feet tall. He's absolutely ginormous, but he's awesome and he's very just bulky, lovable bear. And then my guy is a Catfolk rogue usually, whose name is Raikou, and you guys will probably hear about him later in a future story. But in this one shot, we were playing as those 2 characters. Caleb's character was named Grennan, and my character is named Skull, and those are going to be our one-shot campaign characters most likely from now on when we do one-shots with my friend. But for this campaign, we were supposed to go up this tower to save this bard, and it was absolutely ridiculous trying to get up the tower because my friend kept blocking the stairs, and so we kept having to go back. We would search the floor and we were expecting to be able to go up the stairs, but we couldn't because the stairs were blocked by rubble from the tower. So we ended up having to go back to the same spot that we were originally in and climb up the wall onto the next floor. There were so many times where I was just like, you know what? Heck with this, I'm just going up the wall. I was very close to doing that multiple times, and I was like, there might be some, weapons or something on these floors, and a couple of the floors that I was going to do that, I'm really glad that I didn't, because I ended up getting a nice shield and a couple other things, so that's good that I didn't do that. But we got to this one floor where we actually were able to go up the stairs, which was a very welcome change, and I was really excited. And so my guy had a very high stealth level. It's not quite as high as the other rogue in our normal campaign, who gets a plus 12 every time he rolls, so the only way that he can really fail is if he gets a nat 1. How? But my guy had a plus 6 to his stealth. So I did a stealth roll and I was able to be very stealthy. And I went up the stairs to go check and see what was going on. Well, Caleb was not as fortunate. He was not as fortunate because he chose to be not as fortunate. I think, yeah, this was the time that happened. He stumbled purposely up the stairs. Just why? Just why? And so he came up the stairs, and he got to the stairs before my character did, and he was like, "Hey, I would like to sleep in a bed," because we got into like the living area of the tower, and there was all of these lizard people that were in that room. There was 3 of them, and one of them had just woken up from a nap. And so they were all just like, what is he doing here? And so when we got up there, they went to go attack him, and he got hit in the head with one of the clubs. And I ended up getting one of the guys right in the neck, which was awesome. So then what ended up happening was Caleb's character, Grennan, ended up hitting the arrow the rest of the way through the guy's neck, and he died. And so I tried to aim for one of the guys across the room, which was absolutely, doable usually. And so when I went to fire, I got a nat 1. And I was just like, oh crap, what is gonna happen? And I had no idea that this would be one of the funniest nat 1s that I had ever experienced in my life. One thing that you guys need to know about me is I have a very overactive imagination. When you guys describe something to me, or when a friend describes a storyline or something like that to me, I am able to picture it very vividly in my mind. Such as when we played one of the storylines in the campaign, one that I'll probably do a story time on later on, there was a fountain that gave us a vision, and it was a vision of our wildest dreams, and then all of a sudden them just becoming corrupt and destroyed. And at this time, I was so connected with that character that I was actually about to cry. So I have a very vivid imagination. So when this happened, everyone at the table laughed for probably around 10 minutes, and I almost started crying, because I actually did cry. I was laughing so hard. So, picture this. A lizard creature standing in a room, focusing specifically on this Durger that's basically a black-skinned dwarf that it is this big 6-foot dwarf Durger, which I don't know how that's possible, but whatever. And all of a sudden, this kobold is aiming for this lizard creature. And he goes and he gets a good aim and fires, when all of a sudden the bolt breaks and makes this loud crack. And I just pictured in my mind, the lizard creature, by the way, I got a great stealth roll, but on that nat 1, the lizard creature saw me. So this is how I pictured it in my mind. So I'm just sitting there laughing my head off, because I picture this kobold just sitting there being super serious, and all of a sudden and so we just laughed so hard. And so we were talking about how my guy just freaked out and just ran down the stairs, which we didn't have that be a canon thing in the story. But we were just laughing how the Durger just goes back and grabs him and just holds him up, and he's just dangling there just It's just so funny, because my guy's a lanky guy. He's taller, but he's very lanky. He's a lot more fit. He's more defined than he is bulky. So I'm just picturing these arms just waving and wailing in the air while they're fighting these other lizard creatures. Oh, it was so funny. So after that moment, I was still in the stairwell, and I still was supporting, trying to, shoot him down. Well, my brother gets 2 nat 20s, 2 criticals. One of the guys was standing in front of him, and so he just went wham! And we were laughing on Whack-A-Lizard. And so it was just up, Whack-A-Lizard! And just slams down. And he just was decimated. We were saying how he just like evaporated into nothing. Because, I mean, at that point, that character, that enemy was at a 2 in health. And my brother got a 30. A 30 damage. And we were like, okay, yeah, he just never existed. Because he just wiped him out. And then what happened next is one of the lizards actually ran into the other room to get this giant lizard. This big, hulking lizard guy. Well, me, I get a nat 20. And I end up shooting him, like, right... where did he say that it was? I ended up getting a really good shot at him. And I ended up getting, like, a 12 damage. And so he was really damaged from that. And then this other guy tried to run towards me. This guy that went to go get the big hulking lizard went at me, and Caleb's character grabbed him with the hammer. He rolled another nat 20, grabbed him with the hammer, threw him against the wall, went up with his hammer, went whack a lizard, and just slammed down, which just completely just made the lizard just a stain on the floor. And then one of the most epic things happened. So this guy is already damaged from this bolt, this hulking lizard guy, and he's already damaged by the bolt that I shot at him. So my brother goes up and he's like, I want to throw my javelin at him. So he's just like, okay, throws it, gets a nat 20 again. This is not loaded dice. I'm serious. This is dice that he got on the internet in a pack of 8 sets of dice. And he throws it, and how he describes it is, I throw the javelin, I run up, and I hit the javelin in just through him. And so the GM goes, alright, so you throw the javelin. The creature stands up and gets hit by the javelin, and he's just kind of in shock. He's not so much just injured, but he's just in shock. And right as he looks up, he sees this warhammer flying at his face. All of a sudden, slamming the javelin through him as the javelin sticks into the wall behind him. And the guy is done. So there you guys go. That's the story of the one-shot where we got 4 critical hits and one of the most hilarious nat 1s that I have ever experienced in my entire life. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys liked this kind of video, be sure to like it and subscribe to my channel. Guys, comment down below what you guys would like to see me do next. If you guys would like to see me do more of these videos, because it was really fun to be able to explain that to you guys, and I've got loads of other stories to tell you. Also, be sure to share the love by sharing this video on you guys' social media feeds, and go ahead and go check out my social media feeds. I also have a Ko-fi account down in the description as well. So if you guys like to support me beyond the normal liking and subscribing and commenting, which are all awesome, be sure to go check that out as well. So there we go, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will catch you guys at the next video. Catch you guys later. Villain salute. Bye-bye.